Hello everyone, this is Suresh from Azure ADB. Today our topic is how to use from underscore Unix time function using PySpark. So first, what is the purpose of this function? So it converts Unix time seconds to date and timestamp. So that means Unix time means in seconds. Suppose if you have time like this with numbers. This is long integer, and if this is in seconds, so then it will convert to date and timestamp. Okay, so mainly it is used to convert number of seconds from Unix epoch to a string representation of timestamp. So this one. So what is this epoch is? So whatever time now considering after 1971 one, so we are calling as Unix epoch. So this particular number no, this is seconds. So this is considered after this. That means these many seconds we can consider after this particular date. Okay, so that is the meaning of this Unix time. So how to convert by using we have some converter online links. Suppose you can enter here this value, so it will convert to UTC time and local time. Okay, so either you can use uh, this site or this particular site. So both the links I will mention in comment section. Okay, so this is the converter. So before watching this video, I would suggest to watch in my PySpark playlist. So 20-second video, that is how to convert Unix time in milliseconds to timestamp. Okay, so here this function will talks about seconds and timestamp underscore milliseconds. Uh, Okay, timestamp underscore millis. It talks about milliseconds. That means if your input is having seconds, then you can use this one. If your input having this number in milliseconds, then we have to use timestamp underscore millis. So now we'll see what is the syntax for this from underscore Unix time and timestamp column name. Okay, on which column you want to apply. So second one is a format. In which format we need. So this is the default format. Okay, so these formats we can convert into different formats. In this default format is this one. Okay, YYMD DD hour, minute, second. So this is the default format. So other than this, we can convert to different formats. Suppose like, so if your timestamp, it is in exactly this format, no, year, month, date, hour, then no need to mention format here. Okay, you can directly mention column, then it will take. Okay, so if your format is suppose if your requirement is in other way, okay, so month, date, year, then you have to mention your required format. So here suppose I want only date, month, date, year, then you have to mention like this, and it will written as string. It will convert to timestamp. It will convert to timestamp, but whatever data type it generating, that is string. So that is the meaning. Okay. So now we'll see with one example. So before that, I am calling functions. So mainly we want from underscore Unix time, current timestamp to timestamp. So I'm calling these functions and I will try to run my input CSV file. So this CSV file have these many columns. Okay, so in this, if you observe the last two columns, okay, so these values are in seconds. And if you see this data type, see this is integer. So normally it will read as long data type, but here it reading as integer. So what I will do, first I will convert these two columns data types to long type. So what I'm doing with column function, and I'm using column names. On top of that cast function I'm using by using long type. Okay. So after converting, if you observe here, so it converted from integer to long type. Okay, so next here we are doing some transformation. Transformation means we have these input columns in seconds, correct? No, so this one we want to convert into a timestamp. So why we need to do this one? So assume that this CSV file you got from source. So that means this is your raw folder, means raw file. This raw file you wanted to convert to, means this data you wanted to move to your target SQL table. Okay, so that means target SQL means enriched form. So this is raw to enrich. You have to move data. So while moving raw to enrich, what we have to do? So what are required transformations you need to perform? So these are all integer, no? So these things should be timestamp at the target level. So that means by using these columns in your target, maybe in Azure SQL or Databricks SQL editor, you will create SQL tables with these columns, but not with these data types. So our right data types will be provided by our business team. Okay, in business team, they will share you one change log Excel file or mapping sheet they will provide. So in that, they will mention uh, from source what are the data types you are getting, and in target what is the data types is required. So since these are coming from source they are getting as integer types, but from our target, so we had to convert to timestamp. So why we need to convert timestamp? So whatever we are moving this data to enrich tables, that means target SQL tables, end user will use maybe for dashboard creation, some other analysis purpose. So those purpose, so we should not keep like this, these integers like this. So we have to convert to timestamp value. So that is the main intention for doing this transformation. So here what I'm doing, so I'm using from underscore Unix time function. What it does is it will convert long long type to uh, timestamp. Okay, so from here to here it will convert to string. So even syntax it telling you will get a string data type. But what is our requirement? We want in timestamp data type. Okay. So for that, for converting string to timestamp data type, we are using to timestamp. And in which format? We want in this format. Okay. So that's why here it used to underscore timestamp function. So additionally, apart from these two columns, so I mentioned these two columns. So why we required these two columns is, so whenever you are creating your target table, other than your source columns, that means other than your these source columns, you will add normally, you will call it as metadata columns. Okay, so these two will call as metadata columns, current user and current timestamp. Current timestamp, it is renamed as created underscore timestamp, or you can rename as meta created timestamp. So current timestamp, what it does is here today date it will print. Okay, and current user what it doing, it will print username who is running this notebook. No, that username it will print here. So finally, what is the purpose of this metadata columns? So you are running first time this notebook. Okay, so you are getting this date. So assume that you are applying SCD type 2 here. Okay, so today when first time load, we are getting this date. Okay, so maybe after 1 week or 10 days, you will get fresh data. Since you applied SCD type 2, so only updated uh, records will match to your target table. So that time, that particular day, date will update here. So what will happen in future if you want to cross verify? So suppose today data is coming. So today, how many records are came? And if suppose next week data is coming, that particular day, how many records are coming? So you can filter out based on this timestamp. So each day, how many records are coming? Okay, so that is the purpose of this metadata columns. Okay, so that's all about this video. If you really like this video, please like and subscribe. Thank you.